We've seen a lot of NBA drafts that are considered some of the worst ever, but the 2000 draft,
Then there's the 2000 NBA Draft.
it's in a league of its own. Expected to bring in superstars, but it barely delivered role players. Just 3 All-Stars from 58 picks, with no multi-time All-Stars and only 1 All-NBA selection. Kenyon Martin, the number 1 pick.
The first pick in the 2000 NBA Draft, the New Jersey Nets select Kenyon Martin from the University of Cincinnati.
Never reached his full potential, and the rest, a parade of injuries and bad fits. So how did a draft that should have been full of talent end up being one of the biggest letdowns in history? Stick around, hit like, and let's dive into why this draft has a legacy of regret. The 2000 NBA Draft wasn't just bad, it was a disaster that's still talked about for all the wrong reasons. Some picks went so wrong, they make you question the entire scouting process. With top names like Mamadou Ndiaye and Jake Tsakalidis filling out the draft board, the class quickly became a punchline. Among the highlights, Kenyon Martin was hyped to be a star, but injuries limited his impact, and the list of underperformers keeps going. Stromile Swift, Darius Miles, and Marcus Fizer, all top 4 picks who failed to live up to expectations. The entire class produced just 3 All-Stars, and even worse, the players who did manage to stay in the league didn't make much of a dent. If GMs could redo the top 5 picks, it'd look very different, maybe even with Mike Miller or Michael Redd going number 1. Instead, we got a decade's worth of what-ifs and wasted talent. So, what makes this draft stand out? In a class full of busts, it's the sheer scale of failure that makes it unforgettable. But let's break down the guys who helped make this draft so infamous. Martin was drafted with the first overall pick in the 2000 NBA Draft by the New Jersey Nets. He dominated college hoops and brought an edge the Nets desperately needed. He made an instant impact, earned all-rookie honors, and even helped lead New Jersey to back-to-back finals. But injuries, specifically 2 leg fractures and a slew of knee issues, held him back from reaching true star status. He still carved out a long-respected career, but his production never fully matched the expectations. The league hasn't seen a senior go first overall since, and Martin's career remains a case of what if, defined by missed games and missed opportunities. Up next, the freak athlete who never found his place, Stromile Swift.
2000 NBA Draft, the Vancouver Grizzlies select Stromile Swift from Louisiana State University.
Physically, Stromile Swift, a player drafted in the first round, looked like a future all-star. He was long, explosive, and dynamic, a dunk contest darling. But he struggled with NBA schemes, never developed offensively, and faded into the background quickly. He averaged just 8.4 points and 4.6 rebounds across his 9 seasons, and his career high came in year 2. By the time Memphis let him walk, he was already just another guy. In the 2000 season, he averaged 4.9 points per game, showcasing a lack of impact compared to the expectations of being a lottery pick. Swift bounced between teams, then out of the league. A perfect example of how raw athleticism alone doesn't guarantee NBA success. And right behind him was another high flyer who came crashing down, Darius Miles.
With the 3rd pick in the 2000 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Clippers select Darius Miles of East St. Louis High School.
Miles brought swagger to the Clippers. He had the size, ball handling, and charisma to be a star, and for a minute, it looked like he would be. But instead, his rookie season in 2000 with the Clippers was considered by many to be a disappointing one, despite the team's overall struggles. In his worst game, he scored 0 points while also missing all of his shots. He was traded for Andre Miller, battled injuries, and eventually became part of Portland's Jail Blazers. His career was derailed due to knee issues and off-court problems. From number 3 overall pick to a cautionary tale, Miles is what happens when promise doesn't meet development. Next up, Marcus Fizer, drafted into a team that didn't need him.
In the 2000 NBA Draft, the Chicago Bulls select Marcus Fizer from Iowa State University.
Fizer was dominant in college, but the Bulls drafting him after taking Elton Brand the year before made no sense. Analysts flagged it right away. Poor defender, average rebounder, no range, and a forced fit at small forward. Chicago had no plan, and Pfizer got lost in the chaos. He averaged 9.6 points and 4.6 boards over 289 games, flashing talent but never thriving. Knee injuries, bad conditioning, and a clogged front court buried him. Wrong team, wrong era. Pfizer never had a real shot at success. Mateen Cleaves was the face of Michigan State's title run, a born leader with heart and hustle. But once in the NBA, he was buried behind vets and caught off guard by the business side of the league. Drafted by Detroit at number 14.
14th pick in the 2000 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Mateen Cleaves from Michigan State University.
He barely played before getting shipped to Sacramento. Despite limited minutes, he became a locker room favorite and an elite practice player, but he couldn't earn meaningful floor time. From NBA rotations to international tours to D-League grind, Cleaves's career was built more on character than box scores. The 2000 NBA Draft wasn't just the worst in talent. It was a perfect storm of hype, misjudged potential, and unforgettable names. Teams gambled on raw size and college stardom, ignoring signs that these players wouldn't translate to the pro level. Mamadou Ndiaye and Jake Tsakalidis had the measurements but not the mobility. Scooney Penn, Khalid El Amin, and Igor Rakocevic brought flair and college clout but lacked the tools to last. Even David Stern's pronunciation of "two Sakaladies" remains more memorable than most careers from that night. In the end, this draft class became a reminder. Hype without substance doesn't last, but there were a few bright spots in this draft. Michael Redd. Let's talk about him. Drafted 43rd.
The 43rd pick in the 2000 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Michael Redd from Ohio State University.
Played 6 games as a rookie, shadowed Ray Allen. Then, boom. Redd became one of the best scorers of the 2000s. He had 6 straight seasons averaging 20-plus points per game, made an All-Star team, was named All-NBA in 2004, and helped the Redeem team win Olympic gold in 2008. Redd's rise wasn't just impressive, it was improbable. He transformed from a second-round afterthought into Milwaukee's franchise centerpiece. If anyone from the 2000 class truly overachieved, it was him. From overachiever to underused talent, Jamal Crawford had his winding path.
2000 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Jamal Crawford from the University of Michigan.
Crawford never made an all-star team, but that doesn't matter. He changed the game from the bench. After a rocky start in Chicago, he bounced around until he found his groove in Atlanta and later with the Clippers. Crawford won 3 Sixth Man of the Year awards and became the NBA's king of 4-point plays. He lasted over 20 seasons thanks to silky handles, cold-blooded shot-making, and the willingness to accept his role. In a class full of disappointments, Crawford built one of the most unique, impactful careers. Another thing that makes this draft worse is the depth problem. It wasn't just the lottery picks that underwhelmed. This draft had almost no value in the middle or late rounds. Of the 58 players selected, only a handful lasted more than a few seasons. Role players were scarce, and rotation-quality talent barely existed. Even second-round steals were rare, making this draft historically thin from top to bottom. So what does all this say about the 2000 draft as a whole? The 2000 NBA draft was full of promise, but ended up being one of the most disappointing in history. Injuries, bad fits, and missed opportunities took their toll on many players from this class. The talent was there, but so many factors held them back from truly making an impact. So, what makes a draft truly successful? Is it about longevity and sticking around for years? Or is it about making a few big moments count when they matter the most? This draft didn't have many of those moments, but some players like Michael Redd and Jamal Crawford proved that even in a down year, there's room to carve out a lasting career. Who do you think was the biggest miss in this draft? And do you believe this draft hid any untapped potential? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more NBA breakdowns.